afternoon, guys. Welcome to Hedgehog's Homestead. Today we are going to be canning some green beans. Right now in my microwave I have my jars heating up. I washed them really good yesterday and sterilized them in my canner, because I processed these beans yesterday, they're no longer hot. So you want your jars to be hot, and you want your water to be hot, and you want your canner hot in this one. Okay? And so I use a teapot so that I have clean hot water. What we did is we cut these beans in half, cut off each end, and then cut them in half. We washed them, and then they're ready to go. And that's all you have to do for prep for this one, guys. And so I'm gonna go ahead and get out some jars. And we'll start with 6 first. I'm going to close that door so that those ones stay hotter. Okay. And then, so we have our funnel here. It's part of the whole canning process. I'm going to use my hands for these because these are my green beans going to my house. And I tell you, that works better than, trying to use a spoon for this stuff. So you guys use what you're comfortable with. If I was making these cans, I've washed my hands. If I was doing this for somebody else, I would probably maybe put some gloves on. But I like using my fingers. Okay, so we want 1 inch of head space. I think next time we'll try to line those up better. Even though I do this every year, you still each year that comes anew, you're like, you forget what you've done and how you've done it. Okay, although most of the skills are there. So we're gonna just start filling this in. I'm gonna go ahead and grab it from the side and put them in that way. You can use your funnel, but I'm going to clean off these jars anyways with some vinegar water. So anything that gets on that is going to be wiped off anyways. These funnels are great for liquid and things like that. I will use them when I'm pouring in the hot water because I have a reputation for spilling things, if you know what I mean. So and I can't let you guys down on that reputation, so I'm going to try not to spill and use my funnel when I'm filling up my hot water. So I just get as many as I can. I'm only using pint-sized jars today because on a regular, this is what you would buy in a can in the store, and I like this size because if I'm just going to grab something off the shelf for me and my husband to have some veggies along with our meal, this is all I need anyways for the two of us. Stick a couple on top. Remember, with most pressure canning, these are going to be pressure canned. So we'll walk through that process too if you're new to that. Most pressure canning, you need to use 1 inch of head space. Got my hot water here. So remember, hot jars. I already broke my rule, right? Okay. Okay, guys. So we've got 2 jars filled, and then we're going to wipe off the rims. And then we're going to put on our clean. Make sure they're clean. Top. And then we're going to just finger tight, okay? Now, you can, if you like your jars, my canner's already getting hot. If green beans to be more like the ones in the store, you can cook them or blanch them for 5 minutes, and then they will be just something that you can heat up. I'm cooking my green beans. I'm raw packing my green beans because that's the way, well, I haven't done it this way, to be honest with you. I like green beans that have a little more bite to them. And I know that from cooking raw green beans, so that's why I'm doing this method. We have 1 or 2 jars of green beans on the shelf, and nothing's better than fresh green beans. And if this is going to give me a result that's more like the fresh green bean, I'm going to go for this one. So now this is great because now I have green beans ready to go for green bean casserole in the holidays and all of that fun stuff. And just everyday meals, right? That's the great thing about green beans is they tend to go with a lot of American meals. They're easy to grow, guys. So if you're looking for something that you can grow easily, green beans are pretty easy, especially here in the Northwest. They really like our weather here in the Northwest. Peas are the same way here in the Northwest. But if you don't have a lot of space like I don't, I have a backyard homestead. So I tend to buy stuff that takes a lot of space in bulk and then can it. So that I'm buying it fresh. I'm not adding any salt to these because that can be done when I'm making my meal. It's not necessary for you to have salt in your green beans. The canning companies seem to think that. And if you're about my age and you have dealt with a little bit of blood pressure stuff, this is a great way to lessen the amount of all that hidden salt and stuff in your food. Plus, now I have enough green beans for a year, because we eat other vegetables too, that I don't have to go and shop for. If we do get a food crisis this summer, like everybody's chatting about, they're saying that a food crisis is coming, just like all the housing market and all the other stuff. It's nice to get some stuff on the shelf. I like to do recipes and stuff like that and share it on YouTube too, because then my kids can always look at it and get mom's recipes. So we're going to put some more hot water in there. Okay, and then I got my vinegar on my little rag. We're leaving a whole inch of head space. Okay. Get my ring. I'm just going to turn it finger tight, guys. Okay. Okay, so guys, you get the process. Pack the jar, fill it up with hot, steamy water, and then you wipe it with some vinegar water, and then you put your lid and your ring on finger tight. And we'll see you back when I get all my jars in there. Do 2 runs of this. They're only 20 minutes long, so okay. All right, we'll see you guys back in a few minutes. Okay guys, I just put my lid on. I have my 7 cans in there. I can only get 7 cans in this canner at once unless they're really small, so I can't put this divider on for a pint-sized can. It would maybe have to be like little tiny cans or something like that. So put my pressure canner lid on. I have 2 inches of water in here. As soon as these pop up and this starts to steam really good, then I'm going to put on my 10-pound weight, which I finally got a 10-pound weight. So happy about that. And we're going to get a canning. So as soon as I get my 10-pound weight up here, and this gives me 10 pounds of pressure on the gauge, then I will start my timer for 20 minutes. And that's it. So we'll see you guys back here when this starts to steam. We'll put on a timer for 10 minutes and then we'll put our weight on. So we'll see you then. Okay guys, we have a steady stream of coming out of here. So now we're going to put on our timer. Siri, give me a timer for 10 minutes. She's thinking.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
So we'll see you guys back in 10 minutes. As soon as our 10 minutes is up, we're going to put on our 10-pound pressure weight and get to work. All right, we'll see you guys back in 10 minutes. All right, you guys. All right, you guys, it's been 10 minutes and now we are going to put on this waddler like so. And as soon as I put on that waddler, there's 2 tabs on the Presto canner I own. One is on this side, and that always comes up before I put on my waddler. As soon as I put on my other waddler, this comes up. There's another one on this side that you can see. So now we are waiting for our gauge to say 10 pounds. We're also waiting for our waddle to waddle. And now I have that audible sound that I can hear. If this is waddling nice at about this speed, it's okay. But if it's going really fast, that's too much. So now we're waiting for that to get to down 10 pounds of pressure, and we'll see you guys back in just a minute. Okay guys, my timer is going off. So now we're just gonna turn off the heat. And then when this pressure gauge is down, all the way down, this little thing has popped off or gone down. This little top thing has gone down. We're not going to touch our waddler. We're just going to leave it alone. I know that's hard to do, especially if you're feeling like you're under pressure. Haha, pun, get it? If you're under pressure doing, with time crunch and all of that stuff, trust me, that's the one thing about pressure canning. You don't want to make a mistake pressure canning. You want to take your time, because if you open this lid too soon, the likelihood of you getting burned is really high. And also, if you take off this waddler and the pressure just escapes and you open that up really quick, you can also crack one of your jars. So you want to be careful with that. So now we're just going to wait for the pressure to come down, and we'll come back as soon as that happens. We'll take everything out of the canner. I'll show you how I open it up. And then we'll take everything out. And then we're done. That's it. That is it on canning green beans. They're very simple. So I'm going to go ahead and get another round of green beans ready to go in my canner as I'm waiting for this to be done. And we'll see you guys back as soon as this is down to pressure, which should take about 30 minutes before we can open it up. All right, see you in a bit, guys. Okay guys, we are back and our pressure gauge is at 0. Now we're going to release our stopper, or our weight that is supposed to be for 10 pounds of pressure, but of course not. Oh, the internet. Okay. Now we want to wait for this tab to come down before we open it. Okay, we'll see you guys back as soon as that happens. While you're waiting for that to come down, you might want to grab a couple oven mitts and your grabbers. You do not want to take this out. So one tool that is almost a must-have for canning, especially with pressure, well, with any canning, is these grabbers, because they're not that expensive. Spend the money, guys, because it is the safest way to grab hot jars out of your canner, and you want to be safe. Okay, now both of my tabs are down, and we're gonna slowly open this up. I just get it to the point that I can lift it up, and then I grab my oven mitts. And you always want to bring your canner and hold it away from you, like so. Just kind of letting it out. And then we're going to grab our can just like this, still bubbling. And see, it's cooked even though we put it in there raw, of course. But it's not cooked as soft as it would be if I would pre-cook it in here. We're not going to turn our jar. We're going to keep it straight up and down. You don't want to turn this, you know, on its side or anything like that. If it has water on the top, leave it on there. Okay, and now we're going to transfer this over to a towel on our counter. See, this one has a lot of water on top, but I'm not going to turn it because that's a very, very hot jar. It's normal for them to float up a little bit too, guys. I was noticing on these jars there's a little white film on them. It's because I didn't add vinegar to my canner, my water in my canner. You want to do that if you have hard water or issues with water like that. I will do that to my next one. Well, there you guys go. I'm going to go ahead and keep on canning, and let me know, guys, if, oh, there we go, success, the sound of success, guys. Let me know if you guys, what you guys want to can, what you want to see me can, in the comments below. I'll try to make it happen, even if I have to buy the product. If you want to see something canned with Tattler lids, I have those. We can do that as well. And water bath canning, if you want to see that and what you want to see in that. So, and if you guys, I only had 4 more jars to do. I had a little bit extra. Do not can that. You're like, well, if you need an inch of head space, that's more than an inch. Well, that's where it can get messed up really easy. So you want that inch. When it says an inch, these are the hard, fast rules that you really want to follow. Pressure canning isn't something to mess with. It's not scary and ooh, but just follow the rules and you'll be okay. So I'm going to keep on canning. You guys have a great and wonderful afternoon. And as always, God bless.